tonight what we're going to do is we're going to run through an agenda that's really going to get everybody here up to speed with what we've been doing and the progress we've made, and specifically what our next steps are going to be and actions we need to take, and therefore the input we need from you and maybe some activism from you. And as we go through the night, you'll hear that develop and see maybe where you can fit in as well.
There's a whole host of us here today and around the island who've been looking to do activities and to build structures and to live a lifestyle that isn't permitted. And so it became obvious that there's power in numbers, and we started talking, some of us who had received cease and desist orders, and decided that we'd form an alliance and see what we could do about it. You know, there's thousands documented in county records that live illegally today in structures that haven't been permitted at all or haven't been finalled, because that's the way the system puts it. And in that way, it makes us, those thousands, many thousand people, we're outlaws. We're living as outlaws. And one of the things I pointed out at the Sustainability Forum the other day was outlaws don't make good community members usually. And so, we've been a largely silent group. We felt disempowered. We're the guys, hiding, putting up chains at the end of our driveways, right? So we don't get, county people coming around. We just don't want anybody to notice us. Well, guess what? There's a lot of us sitting here today, right now, that, we don't have chains up anymore because they've already been there. We've already been inspected, written up. And so we're looking to see how we can address this situation so that we can become legal. The good news is that we're not alone. This is a reasonable group here, but everywhere we go, every department we talk to, everybody we talk to says, yeah, it's time. It's time. It's time that more affordable and sustainable housing is permitted here. It's time that common sense is used in the county as far as what is permissible or not, because it's really clear that the lifestyle we're choosing, is good, healthy, wholesome, righteous. So when we started looking at what it would take, to become legal, there's basically two hoops we have to jump through. One of them is the planning department, and the other is the building department. Planning are the people who approve activities on parcels of land. What you can do, what's permissible and what's not permissible. And if it's not allowed in the code, you have to apply for a special use permit. I don't know how many of you out there have ever done that. We had to do it before we built Space back in 1998. And I got to tell you, it wasn't as horrendous an experience as I had anticipated. We didn't hire a lawyer, and they helped us through it back then, and we actually did get a special use permit. The special use permit process, according to the county, has not included sustainability or affordable language before. That there actually have been no applications until we submitted our recent one that used that language. And the language we used for our pending special use permit application is a self-sustainable community arts center demonstration model. A lot of words, but encompassing a lot of activities. And what we did with our application was to quote from, we looked at the County of Hawaii's Sustainability Primer, which is available online, where there's a lot of words that really are supposed to describe the county's position on sustainability. They were written largely by Alex Frost in Research and Development. And also we quoted from the 2050 Sustainability Plan, which is a state plan. And at the state level and at the county level, they got all this talk about, how wouldn't it be great if we were more sustainable and lived more sustainably. But the truth is, and Alex was at the Sustainability Forum last Saturday, the truth is that the actions haven't happened yet. And the truth is that the people in government are actually not responsible for that. We are the ones responsible for that. Because we haven't gone there yet, telling them, you said it, we're ready to do it. Now just sign off, right? So we're optimistic, actually, that on the planning department side, we have support inside the government there. In fact, I've got to mention Mr. Scott Leonard, who is the zoning inspector. I don't know if a lot of you might have met him. He's been a great ally of ours because he has actually been the one on the front line going around to places, and this is his description to us, is he's been going, because there's been a complaint. It's always complaint that will spark an inspection. And so he's been going to see people and realized, hey, there's nothing wrong with these people. They're living alternative lifestyles. It's just not in the code. And he was the one who actually brought to our group a law that exists in Mendocino County called Class K housing. It's been in existence for 20 years, and it allows for buildings outside of their, I think it's the Universal Building Code, to be approved at the, more or less at the discretion of the building inspectors. What's the wording? The reasonable judgment. Reasonable judgment. As long as they fall into like healthy and safe. So yeah, we feel planning department, the special use process is available to us, and we're hoping that the space special permit application will open the door for a lot of it. And I was really enthused. The chairman of the Planning Commission today, whose name is Zendo Kern, is from Kapoho. He grew up in a solar-powered house that his dad built. He's in his 30s. He owns a building company that has the, we look to build sustainably and ecologically. And this is the chairman of the Planning Commission today. So times are changing in the government. So we've had a really good time working with planning, talking to planning, but not such good support or help or encouragement from the building division in public works. They're a tougher nut to crack. They have an empire there. But they are a department of the government, and so they do, their job's to follow the laws, so we need to change the laws. And we wrote up a draft, a resolution. We started taking it around to county council members. It's been very well received. I mean, it needs work, and it's a resolution. I just want to, for those of you who know a bit about this, resolutions are kind of almost worthless, but they show intent. And we see this as a step, because if we get them talking about it, and really that's the purpose of the resolution, is to get the politicians, the government officials in these different departments talking about this issue. And then we can field, see what their problems are or what their issues are and address them before we go in with the bill. In order to move it from a resolution to a bill is a big credibility step. And what we need to do, and this is just his advice here, but what we need to do is we need to show some proof that people can live sustainably, affordably, with health and safety taken care of. Now, I know probably everyone in this room is doing that, but this has got to be proven and shown and demonstrated to them. And that's our big challenge in the next few months, or until we make the next pitch to get the ordinance, to show them, look, here's an example. These people have built this, and it's sustainable, affordable, it's healthy and safe.